Not sure there's a whole lot to say. They were just they outplayed us in every aspect of the game. They outplayed us. They out hustled us. They out toughed us. Um, I think they played the way that we anticipated them to. We just didn't have a response. We struggled offensively to get good shots throughout the course of the game. Chauncey was never ever able to get untracked. They did a great job of defending him off the dribble, and without him creating, we didn't have a whole lot of good options.
Open up now for questions. Go ahead, Luke.
Luke Creasy, HD Media. When a team like Texas State does so many different things defensively and offensively very disciplined, how difficult is that to game plan for, in a tournament style setting?
I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to in terms of so many different things defensively. They play great defense. It's not an exotic defense. I mean, they sit down and it's old fashioned hard work. Nose on the ball. They move their feet. They play aggressively. They contest at the rim. We in the game down at Texas State earlier, we struggled with it at times, but we were able to find some things that worked. Tonight, nothing worked. Again, I think their toughness, they wouldn't allow themselves to be beat either individually or collectively off the bounce. When we did get some open looks, I mean, we couldn't get the shot to go down. Offensively, they just move you around a lot and do a good job of forcing you to defend them. And with Harrell, having the ball in his hands and finding those guys, Caesar's threes come off of, Harrell forcing help 2 or 3 times. I don't know who it was, but his teammates were the recipients of baseline drives, forcing help and kicking it out to the corner, and they knocked those down. And then you throw in just Martin, and I know he didn't have a big game numbers-wise. The number of balls he kept alive, I would say it's probably double figures. So however many rebounds he's got, you double those. He might not have come up with them, but he kept it alive for his teammates to secure. He's physical. He's tough. He knows his role. And, as much as Harrell, I apologize for, dominated on the perimeter, I thought Martin, with his physicality, dominated in the paint.
Go ahead, Harry.
Harry Manningham from ODUsports.com. Jeff, the Texas State coach said he thought they were experienced, having played in Pensacola several times, and having been in the Sun Belt tournament helped them. He said that they wanted to try and jump on you early and get you off balance.
That may be true, and I think, I was thinking that in some ways, not to detract from these players, but it's a program win for them. I mean, that's the standard. They've won the league the last couple years, and that grit and toughness and competitiveness has been evident all year long, but it was especially evident tonight. I thought that we were ready to play, but we weren't ready to play the way we had to. And hats off to Texas State for, kind of punching us in the mouth at a start. And we got back on our heels and we never recovered.
You've had a 19 and 12 season with a lot of injuries, a lot of illness, a lot of good feelings after a number of wins. I know you haven't had time to digest this, but how much does this hurt, given everything that you've been through this season and everything you guys do?
Right now, it stings a lot. We aren't. I think Makai would agree. We aren't accustomed to getting our butts kicked the way it was. I mean, that's the easiest way to say it, I think. It stings, but as I told the guys in there, hopefully after it wears off, and each individual is going to be, it's almost like mourning a loss, I think. Everybody's got to go through it, but at some point, hopefully they can, and I think they will, appreciate what we were able to accomplish this year under adverse, conditions. And one of the things that makes me really proud of these guys, is that we didn't just say we were going to stick together through thick and thin. We actually did it. Now, didn't help us a lot out on the court, today. But these guys care about one another, and they fought. It's just Texas State was just too good for us today.
Good, Harry.
Makai, your thoughts on that, on how much it stings after such a good season?
It stings a lot, coming from the last 2 games. We ain't expect to lose by this much. We really ain't expect to lose at all. But that type of loss right there, that's like a gut check right there. But like Coach Jones said, we've been together, we stick together, and they won, we lost. That's all I can say. I don't know too much to say about it either.
Yeah, for Makai, the Texas State players that were just in here before were fifth-year seniors, and they had been here the last 2 years, lost in their first game in the tournament the last 2 years, and now they've come through and won 2 games this year. What do you take from the experience this year to hopefully build towards next season?
Just sticking together and keep playing. I'm with Coach Jones, whatever he with, so however Coach Jones feel, that's how I feel. I really don't know about too much next year. I just know I'm with Coach Jones, so that's it.
Good, Harry.
Makai and Jeff, you guys have a lot coming back next year. I know it's hard to look forward 15 minutes after a loss like this, but
Yeah, I mean that's something that's not gone unnoticed. We've got a lot of guys, and as much as this stings, at some point, there's a lesson in there, and just like Texas State did, hopefully when we're in this situation again in tournament basketball, we'll certainly handle ourselves a lot better than we did this evening.